Hey guys, what is up? Chris here with Cohesive Friendship Unit. Just me today. It looks like we have some pretty big Switch news actually. Macronix is going to start shipments of their 3D NAND memory in 2020, and their first customer is Nintendo. That means we will finally be getting the 64GB Nintendo Switch carts, which were delayed since 2018 due to technical reasons, and I want to talk about kind of the good things and maybe some of the caveats or bad things that might come with this. But before we get into all that, guys, we are doing a giveaway. We are giving away a copy of Risk of Rain 2 on your platform of choice at 2,250 subs. All you gotta do is be subscribed. So if you love us, sub us, and if you like the video, throw us a like. The nitty gritty is in our community tab if you are interested. Alright guys, so here's the deal. Nintendo is the first customer of this new memory, which finally means we will be getting 64GB Nintendo Switch games. And the immediate thought is, right, well, a ton of games can now come to the Nintendo Switch that are above that 32GB threshold that can't really be compressed. And to that, I agree with you. I did a quick look of some popular games that came out in 2019, and of that list, I had a couple of nice surprises. Jedi Fallen Order, 44GB download size, 64GB cart would clean that up nice. Devil May Cry 5, a 32GB game, which might not quite fit on the 32GB cart, and Borderlands 3, a 40GB download. So yeah, there's a very strong possibility we could be seeing some serious games coming in the later half of 2020 thanks to these carts. Now, I will say the caveat is still the Nintendo Switch and its weaker hardware does have to be able to run these games, which for something like Fallen Order or Borderlands on Unreal has already proven itself to work on the Switch, but something like DMC5, there is currently no RE engine game running on Switch, so there is that caveat. But yeah, theoretically, we could be getting some like something like Fallen Order on the Nintendo Switch. The next thing I do want to talk about, though, is that there's a track record for companies not really wanting to pay the cost of the cartridge, especially the higher 32GB carts on Nintendo Switch. Those are kind of rare. Specifically, like The Witcher 3 was the last one that really used the cart. But I kind of have two thoughts on where things might go. The first being that the 64GB cart could essentially replace that top tier price of the 32GB cart, so companies are more inclined to use the 32GB cart. So basically the 64GB cart kind of replaces and all the prices kind of tumble down, and that doesn't sound like a huge deal, but of the games that I was googling around for 2019, something like Sekiro is actually in, the 20 to 30GB download size, which would be perfect for a cheaper 32GB cart. And again, these games all have to ultimately run on the Switch, but it is a positive thing. And the other kind of route would be that the 64GB cart doesn't drop the price of any of the other carts and is just a more expensive super premium cart, which at least we have the option, right? Like, there's still a chance that it will be used. Maybe Nintendo will use it on one of their games. You never know. And the last thing I want to bring up and discuss is the idea of a Nintendo Switch Pro. It's no secret on this channel that I'm convinced we will be getting a hardware revision of the Nintendo Switch of some kind, or new hardware I should say, rather than revision, in the year 2020. Could it be the Nintendo Switch? Could it be a docked only Switch? Or could it be something completely different? I don't know, but I'm convinced we will get something. And let's just pretend that that something is a Nintendo Switch Pro, and that it's, even if it isn't running at a higher resolution, even if it is just strictly running at 1080p, having that extra cart size allows you to put uncompressed data at higher quality. You can have higher quality assets on your carts. So we could be seeing games that we could be seeing a Witcher 3, and again, Witcher 3 already came out. I think this would be more likely for something that hasn't been released yet rather than like a re-release, but we'll just run with Witcher 3. We could have a Witcher 3 64 gigabyte cart version where those assets are cleaned up quite a bit. Or we could have something like a Grand Theft Auto 5, which before we would assume it would look more like the PS3, Xbox 360 version. Maybe now they are able to put some more higher quality uncompressed assets on the cart and we get something closer to the Xbox One and PS4. Again, all just ideas, but I do want to throw that out as a possibility, and the fact that this is coming in the later half of 2020 makes me think that there could be some stars lining up there. But that is all for me, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below and what 64 gigabyte games you would be excited for. That's all for me, and I will catch you next time.